Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. And if you're new here, then my name is Hasita Ella, and I like to make different videos about disability and fashion, and I do many vlogs. I'm basically a wheelchair user also. So today's video is about this right here. And yeah, I've been getting, like, many people tell me that crying is a bad thing and that you shouldn't be crying because how will you motivate others when you're crying? How can you be an inspiration when you're crying? But to be honest, uh, crying is not bad. It's actually a good thing if you're crying and you're letting those emotions out, and that's very important. And for me, like, crying is pretty normal. Like, I'm a very sentimental person, so I tend to cry about things. So, like, just because I'm crying doesn't mean that I'm a weak person. Like a strong person is a person who actually does cry and then does not let those emotions overpower their day and stuff. Like, you can have a bad day, you can cry for one day, but then if that continues, then it's not a good thing. But having to cry for a day or for like an hour, or like having a bad day is completely normal. And yeah, if I'm gonna say these things, then it may not convince you people, but I have many more people who agree with me, and they were pretty nice enough to send me some videos. So yeah, I'm here to prove that crying is not bad. Crying doesn't make you weak, and you're still a strong person if you're gonna cry. And yeah, and all these people that I'm gonna show you right now are saying the exact same thing. So yeah.
Hey, my name's Olivia. I struggle with a rare disease called Friedreich's ataxia, also known as FA. With the disease comes along a lot of mental incapacities, like depression. I've struggled with depression my whole life. 2017 was really hard for me. I'm not gonna go into detail because it's pretty private. But this year is actually really hard for me with my health. I put on makeup every like 4 months because I just don't physically have the ability to get up and do my makeup, even if it's just for fun. At the beginning of this year, I started out with a cane for the first time. Now I'm looking at a walker, and you can only imagine the amount of mental strain that has on me. I cry so much. And if I'm being honest, crying actually helped me so much. I feel so much better, and I always talk to my family, and I talk about my emotions. I used to hide them a lot, but now as I got older, I realize letting my emotions out and sharing them makes it so much better and makes you feel so much better. I just wanted to say that it is going to be okay. And it is okay to cry, and it is okay to talk to other people about your problems.
Hey everyone, it's Maria, and I am here to tell you that it is totally okay to not be okay. It is human to have bad days. It is human to have rough patches in your life. There have been plenty of times where I myself could not find the light at the end of the tunnel, and I felt trapped and just down in the dumps. And what helped me is when I allowed myself to feel those negative emotions. I would lay in bed and think about why I'm frustrated. I would scream in a pillow. I'll go to the gym and work out my frustrations there. And the reason why it's fine to feel those negative emotions is because it helps you recharge and reevaluate your life. So when you're in a better place, you can move forward in a more positive way.
Hi, I'm Namrata Sadhwani, and today I'm going to be talking about crying. Crying is cathartic. Crying is good for the soul. Sometimes you cry with a reason, sometimes without. In all cases, it's okay to cry. It's okay for a girl to cry. It's also okay for a boy to cry. Yes, boys do cry, and we should let them. As a mom to twin boys, it is my sincere attempt to raise them as fierce, strong individuals. This means that I am aiming to help them understand the power of their emotions and that it's okay for them to show these emotions. Too often, given the sexist mindset we see all around us and trapped by the whims of patriarchy, we inadvertently start believing in the age old saying that boys don't cry. This is wrong, and we must stop it now. Every new age parent out there must understand that boy or girl, or any gender for that matter, we must let our kids be themselves. Feel free to express their emotions, even if that means letting it all out by crying. We must aim to raise a generation free from all stereotypes, including one that does them great injustice, that is, boys don't cry. Crying releases negative energy from the body. So let's all start believing and normalizing the fact that all humans cry and it's okay to do so.
Hey there, my name is Tarek Rivera. My good friend Hasitha Ella. Hasitha asked me to try to share my story, so I thought I'll do that. Her and I both have a disability. My disability is from myasthenia gravis. A good amount of the time, I have to stay inside. My energy is too low, so I'm normally in bed. And if I'm not in bed, then I have to use a wheelchair or walker. If it's like in the house, I can use like a walker. But outside the house, it's always a wheelchair. And anything that our challenges that we go through today don't define us. I think what really defines us is how we see those challenges. How process that. Like some people become stronger, some people become withdrawn and break down, which is understandable. It is tough. But for those of us that are excelling, I congratulate you on becoming a stronger person through this. And those that are struggling, that's totally understandable. Like I say, it's like on one hand, um, the voice in the back of your head, that you feel that could be on the negative side. Whenever we have a moment of weakness, um, we can look bad at ourselves, and that's a total human thing to do. I think the thing is not to suppress these emotions, to let it pass through you. Whether all emotions are good so long as they happen the right time in the right levels. So if someone suppresses any emotion, it's going to create a sort of an imbalance. So if someone feels really upset one day, if you feel upset, whether you have a disability or any issue in terms of how you see yourself, regardless, of how society defines things. Because society defines us one way, and reality has nothing to do with that. In our reality, like we define who we are, we define what makes us us. So let those emotions uh, out, release those emotions. Yell, scream, laugh, cry. You know, all these things are great. All these things make us human. Um, should be celebrated. So once you let those out, I think it helps. And then in terms of talking to others, like you might be watching this video, um, spending time talking to people who understand. Sometimes talking to those that don't understand, the fact that they can embrace you. I myself, I'm married, and my wife doesn't have this form of disability, but she embraces me regardless, and that means a lot, So either way, whether someone embraces you because they see the person that you are, or they embrace you because they're going through a similar experience, it's a beautiful thing either way. So the main thing is just to express yourself and not have any like
My
expectations,
entire
if you
life.
will.
I've just
Just like
cried my entire life, and I used to think that because I'm crying, I'm like such a weak person and all that. And that used to make me so insecure because like I said, I'm an emotional person, so I tend to cry, and yeah, so like that made me so insecure, but I'm just here to tell you that it's high time that we start embracing our negative emotions, embracing us being sad, embracing being having bad days, and all these things are pretty normal. And I think it's very important that we get to know that. Yeah, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and yeah, I'll be back with more videos. Thank you.